All right, I want to welcome everybody to another edition of RBBS Logistics Learning Center. Earn while you learn freight broker training, dispatcher training, and freight forwarder training. As you all know, every week we are here to do our operational training for all students who are enrolled into our program. You all are going to have to forgive me. I'm recuperating from the flu. I actually just got out of the hospital for the second time with this flu. So I just want to make sure everybody, just keep yourselves, in good health and try to avoid, catching this flu. When you go out, wash your hands. Be careful who you talk to or who you let in your space, because this flu is deadly. I consider myself a pretty strong person, but I'm gonna tell you, it took its toll on me. I thought I was doing better. Went to the hospital, was released, came home, and it's like I got worse overnight and had to go back to the hospital. And as y'all can see, my eyes are just completely bloodshot red here now. So no, I'm not turning into a vampire or anything or a zombie, but this new strain of flu that they have it attacks your respiratory system, and it attacked my respiratory system and was shutting off the oxygen that was being carried to my capillaries, to my eyes, which caused them to get infected, and it just got worse from there. So just protect yourself. That's all I can tell you. But we're gonna keep this short. We're gonna go over the quick basics and stuff, and I'm gonna answer a few questions, and then we're gonna kind of leave it at that for this week's training. All right, we do have a lot of new people. I want to recognize that we do have a lot of new people, and yes, we are in the process of getting everyone set up and getting those of you who have sent over your requests to update your profiles. We're working on that as well. But as you know, I've been down for about 2 weeks now, so be patient. I am trying to work with the few interns that we do have. We don't have very many. Right now, we'll have a whole new batch of interns coming up for the spring session. But right now, we only have 2 interns, and so we're pretty much doing things with just them and me right now. So just kind of be patient on getting some things up, and I haven't been back. I'm just now trying to get back into the swing of things, but just be patient. But show goes on. Let's go on with our training. Excuse me. And what we have today is going with our training for today. As you all know, our back office area that we have gives us access to our tools and resources. If you go to RBBStransport.com, that's our website, and then you click on the tools and resources, the dispatcher tools and resources, and that'll take you to our back office area. Now, I have been noticing, even though I have been down and I've been in and out of the hospital, I was able to talk to the nurse and then let me have my laptop. So I have been kind of following some stuff on the chat groups. One thing I have to say that I am extremely proud of, I noticed that in the chat group, you all eventually started to realize that you all have your tools and resources that are available to you, and you don't really need me. I know a lot of you sometimes think you need me, but you don't really need me once you're plugged into our system. And I noticed that a couple of you all started to, get people together, kind of rally people together, and, started going over how, basically how you all can use the tools and resources that we provide for you, and through using this chat group, which is this is expressly why this chat group was set up, so that you all could go in and basically use each other to figure out things and to continue, even if I'm absent for a couple of days, or in this case a couple of weeks. you all were still able to go in and find information you needed to find, help each other out, use the tools and resources, bounce ideas off of each other. And this is why our program is set up the way it's set up, so that you all can plug into a network, and that network can help you to carry on, build your business. Okay, that along with the videos, the video training that we record every week, along with those, along with the social media networks that we plug into, those things, and the tools and resources in our back office, those things, all those things combined will allow you all to actually make money without my input, without anyone from my staff's input. And this is why this program was set up the way it was. Excuse me if I'm keeping my eyes closed, because the light is very sensitive to me right now, so I have to like kind of squinch my eyes a little bit, but we're going to try and get through this. All right, but that I'm very proud of. And like I say, I don't know if you all can see my screen or not. Let me start sharing my screen here. Okay, here we go. Let's start sharing my screen. But this is our chat group on Facebook that we plug you into once you become part of our network, once you enroll. And I've noticed here that a lot, like I said before, a lot of you kind of, took the reign and just said, okay, hey, what do we need to do? How is everyone set up? How is everyone doing their day-to-day, what's your day-to-day schedule? So, and this is why this chat group was formed, as I mentioned before, okay? So it will help you all to be able to carry on when we're not present. There's a very, very bad picture of me in my eyes. But I was really pleased to see that you all were did grasp this and understand that that all these things are put in place to help you all do what you need to do, even when I'm not present. All right, but now that I am somewhat getting back, let's go ahead and get on into this. One of the things that I've noticed, that one of the questions things that keep coming up is a lot of you are nervous about getting started, and I understand that. I understand that for some of you, this is not normal. This is not the normal thing, not the normal way to make money. And being a salesperson requires you to get comfortable with how you sound and get comfortable with presenting ideas and convincing people to do what you need them to do. And I actually consulted with a couple of people over the last 2 weeks that called up, and they were in real distress because they were having problems, convincing people to sign the dispatch agreement, or convincing, brokers to send them over load. And it's all about feeling comfortable. As I spoke with someone, and they were asking the question, well, I'm saying what you're saying, but I'm not getting the results you're getting. That's because what you're saying doesn't sound natural. And how you're saying it. If you're saying that and you sound scared, or if you're saying, what we are is a national network of dispatchers, and we try to help you find the load that fit for you. That doesn't sound natural. Okay. What I need you all to do is to practice just being comfortable and hearing your own voice and listening to your voice. You don't have to say exactly what I say, just as long as you have the gist of it. So, in other words, let's go to 1, 2, 3 load board here and show you what I'm talking about. In other words, when you go to the load boards, and this is one of the load boards that we have, which is 1, 2, 3. We're going to go to it real quick. When you go to this load board and you call up these trucks, now I want y'all to pay very close attention to this. When you go to these load boards, okay, and when you pull up our loads and stuff, it's going to pull up our loads here. There we go. It's going to pull up our loads, and you got these trucks that are surrounding our loads. You got all these trucks. Now, when you're calling up these trucks, you got to sound, you can't call them up and sound robotic. You can't call them up and sound like you're scared to even talk to them. You can't call them up and sound like you're trying to sell them something, because it's immediately going to put them on the defense. And when people go on the defense, they try to turn things back around on you. They try to take control of the conversation. It's just a natural instinct, okay? So when you call people up, you got to put them at ease. I don't care if you just call them up. You call them up, the guy, and let's see, who is this? I can't really see this. I can't really read that right now because my eyes are just really, really messed up. But let's say you call someone up and you get them on the phone, and the first thing out of your mouth is going to set the tone. Now, this always works for me when I first started out in sales, because I wasn't a real big thing on scripts and trying to do things exactly the way it was taught to me. So I just kind of, just developed a way of just making myself feel comfortable, because if you feel comfortable and you sound natural, it's going to make them feel comfortable, and they're not going to be on the defense. So when you call them up, you may just want to start out with saying, "Hey, how you doing?" just like that. Whatever way that you put yourself at ease, which is natural for you, that's how you have to come off. Okay, you can't come off like you're like an insurance salesman, like you're trying to sell them life insurance or funeral insurance. You got to go into it with the upfront ease. So,
I'll let you go.
Hold up, we got somebody in the background here that's got their mic open and they're talking to someone else. Hold on here. Let me solve that. All right. If you have a question, you all can unmute yourself, but we had to mute you all because someone in the background was having another conversation. But anyway, when you call someone up, you may want to start off with, "Hey, how you doing?" Or just say, "Hey, I think you're in, Mobile, Alabama. What's going on down there?" Or, "Hey, how's the weather down there in Mobile, Alabama?" Or, "Hey, what truck stop you at?" Just whatever you got to do to start your conversation off to it, the way it puts you at ease. And then you go right into your spiel after they respond to you. You're going to say hey to them. "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how's the weather down there in Mobile?" Or, "Hey, what's going on there at the truck stop?" Or, "Hey, what truck stop you at?" They're going to respond back with, "Hey, I'm doing good. How about yourself?" Or they're going to respond back, yeah, "I'm down here at the Flying J on such and such and such and such," whatever. You're going to say to them, "Great. Hey, let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck?" And that's kind of an off-the-cuff question, so it's gonna make them halt and think, and then they're gonna think about it. How much money do I need to move my truck? Or they may say, "Well, what do you mean?" Well, I don't mean to pry anything, but I'm a dispatcher, and I'm with the National Dispatchers Network, and we try to make sure that we find carriers the loads that fit their pricing criteria. Because look, we know that not every truck can move for the same price. The truck that's sitting next to you now can't move a load for the same price that maybe you can move a load for, and you can't move a load for whatever the truck that's sitting on the other side you can move a load for. But what we do, because we understand that, we'll try to find a load that's right for you. In other words, if you need $2.25 to move your truck, then that's the only load that we're going to look for. We're not going to look for loads that cost $1.75 or loads that cost $2. To be honest with you, I'm not even going to look for loads that cost $2.25. I'm going to try to find you loads that's paying $2.35, $2.45 or better. Why? Because that's what you need to move your truck. That's what you need to move your truck. So that's what only loads I'm going to look for you for. Or if you tell me you don't want to be in the mountains, you want to be on the bottom half of the United States, that's all I'm going to look for. Or if you tell me, I got to have 500, 600-mile runs, and that's all I'm going to look for. So when I find those, that's all I'm going to call you with. So when your phone rings and you see my number, you can bet your bottom dollar I got the kind of loads that you want. So now, look, I know that doesn't sound very professional, but it sounds at ease. And that's what you need. So don't worry so much about sounding professional, when you're calling up people. Concentrate on putting yourself in a comfort level so that they feel comfortable too. Because it's easy for me to sound the way I do because I do it all the time. Even now when I'm sick and I've got a fever probably like 101 right now, but I sound the way I do because I've done it for so long, and it's how I feel comfortable. It's my natural comfort level. So, and that's why I need you all to be at a natural comfort level when you call people, because remember, this is about sales. Bottom line, this is all about sales, okay? And in sales, how you come across determines everything. So let's make sure you're coming across sounding like you're at ease and sounding like you're in your own comfort level. Because if you don't sound comfortable and they feel like you're not comfortable, guess what? They ain't comfortable either. Ain't nothing worse than talking to somebody and they sound like a cat on a hot tin roof. And you're on the other end wondering, why is this girl or why is this guy so uncomfortable? You know, are they trying to do something they ain't got no business doing? Or should they not be calling me? You see what I'm saying? So put yourself at ease. Okay? Practice, listen to yourself, record yourself, get in the mirror, and kind of record yourself and put yourself at ease. Excuse me. But just kind of put yourself at ease and record yourself and get in your own comfort level. Okay? Now, another thing, real quick, before we open this up and start talking to people, here's what I need you all to do. Because everybody's here to make money, okay? And this is how you make money. I want everyone to pay very, 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 very close attention to what we're about to do right now, okay? Because I don't want you all looking for the low boards this week. I don't want you all, trying to find, higher paying lows this week. I don't want you all answering questions about, stuff that doesn't have anything to do with you making money. If you get a carrier on the line, that carrier starts asking you all kind of dumb, crazy questions about, who does your factoring or how much is your factoring, or can I change my factoring from there to look. If he wants to know all that, let him, hey, look, I don't care if you just hang up on him and then go to the next person. I'm just be honest with you. Because it ain't got nothing to do with you making money. It ain't got nothing to do with you booking a load. It ain't got nothing to do with him getting the load that he needs so that he can put money in his National Health Bank. So all that blah, 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 that's just what it is. Blah, 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 blah. It ain't got nothing to do with you making money. So I need you all to concentrate on making money. And that only. Everything else is just a bunch of BS. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I told y'all that I don't sugarcoat things. This is not Bill Cosby General Pudding training. This is the Eddie Murphy Raw and Dave Chappelle training. Okay? Forget all that BS you're hearing from these carriers who don't know jack squat about booking loads. And I'm just being honest with you. And I know I might piss some people off, but hell, who cares? If they ain't trying to book loads with you, they don't matter no damn way. Now look, I need you all to really, really, really hear what I'm trying to tell you. Forget all this other stuff that has nothing to do with you booking loads and putting those carriers on a load that they need so that they can make money, you can make money, everybody can go home happy. Okay? So if you got a carrier on the phone and that carrier is not trying to hear what you're saying and that carrier is trying to get you all off track and to go into some other direction other than you getting them signed up to a dispatch agreement and you finding them the load that they want, cut them off, leave them alone, go to the next one. You got over 80-some loads in here, and each load has about 15 to 20 trucks that's around them. You got 800 to 1,000 trucks to call. 800 to 1,000 trucks to call that you can pitch to. So why are you worried about some yahoo who is telling you, well, I need to have a load where I can change my factory. What the hell does that got to do with them booking a load? Factoring is factoring. Whether it comes from the broker, if you're getting loads from a broker, that load is already factored in away. And they ain't got nothing to do with you. So stop paying attention to all that BS. And stay on track to make money. Even when I'm sick, I'm able to book 5 or 6 loads a day. Why? Because I stay on track. So when you get someone on the phone and you're talking to them Stay focused on what you need to do. And this is what I want you all to do this week. This is all what I want you all to do this week. Get on 123 load board. Pull up these trucks. Pull up this area here where it says truck locator. Let's go back so I can show you all exactly how we do this. When you go to 123 load board, you're going to log in. You're going to click on where it says truck locator. When you click on this truck locator, here's what I want you all to do. I want you to start at the top. I want you all to start at the very first load and start calling every truck that's surrounding that load. Here it is in Demopolis, or whatever it is. I'm Alabama. In Demopolis, you got 13 trucks that are surrounding that load. I want you all to do this all week this week. If you do this, I promise you, you'll get people signed up to a dispatch agreement. I promise you, you'll get you'll get trucks and carriers authorized you to go find them loads, and you will book loads and make money. Okay, but it's not going to happen if you don't do this. It's not going to happen if you get distracted and start doing something other than this. I just need you to do just this. Because right now, you need to put money in your pocket. And when you do this, this will get you in the area. And then as you start doing this and you get good at this, guess what? Other things will open up to you. And everything flows from this. But it all starts with this. And this is what I want you all to concentrate on. When you click this on, you're going to click on the closest truck, and you're going to work your way out. You're going to call up that company, and you're going to off rip. I don't even want you to mention the load that we have. Forget about the load that we have there, because you're not trying to get them to book that load no doggone way. So don't even mention that load. When you call them up, the first thing out of your mouth is, hey, how you doing? How much money do you need to move your truck? How much money do you need to run a load? Just start off with that. And everything else will flow from that. And when they tell you, well, shoot, I need $2 per mile, or hey, I don't, well, what are you talking about? Or what do you mean? Then you go into your pitch. Go into your pitch. Let them know that you understand that not every truck moves on the same amount of money. And your approach is you want to find them the load that matches what price they want or what price they need to move their truck. Go right into it. Go right into that pitch. And then when they say, oh, that sounds great. Well, great. Then let me go ahead and send you over my dispatch agreement. Okay? And then you're going to go back to where? You're going to go back to this area here. You're going to pull up the dispatch agreement, and you're going to send it to them. Plain and simple. You're going to pull it up. You're going to go back to your back office area. You're going to pull up your dispatch agreement. You're going to fill it out, and you're going to send it to them. You're going to go up here, and you're going to put in your name, address, phone number, everything you need to put in up there. You're going to put in, your information in all the yellow spots here. You're going to put your name here where it says payable to, and then let them fill out the rest, and you're going to sign it down here where it says dispatcher signature. Okay? And you're going to send it to them. And you're going to let them fill it out and sign their portion of it. They're going to send it back. When they send it back, you're going to send us a copy of it. Okay? Now, you're ready to find them a load. And you're going to do that for as long as it takes you to get as many dispatch agreements as you can and start looking for as many loads you can. And when you've got this many loads on here, we've got 55 loads on here, 53 loads on here, and each one of these has on average anywhere from 10 to 15 trucks or carriers surrounding those loads. Excuse me for a second. Excuse me for a second. This is Calvin. How can I help you?
How you doing?
I'm doing better. How can I help you?
Good. My name is Mark Stevens. I spoke with you about 2 months ago. Richard Stevens is my cousin.
Yes, sir.
And, he told me about the opportunity, so I went ahead and paid for it yesterday. And I got my welcome email, but I'm having trouble downloading the course study.
Okay. You have the course. You having trouble downloading it?
Yes, it means, you know, I got the welcome email from, you know, got your name here.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have, but the course, but you do have the course in your email?
I've gotten 2 emails.
Okay. All right. Check your spam mail. Okay. You're looking for an email from training@rbbsllc.org. Okay. So check your spam mail. It's gonna be 4 attachments.
So 4 attachments?
There's gonna be 4 attachments, and you're gonna be concerned with the 2 that's for the study guide material. One is gonna be a PowerPoint presentation, and the other one is gonna say refer to fb.com home study guide 2. Those are the 2 you have to study. The rest are just for your information and things that we give you. But I'm in the middle of training right now. We have a live training session that's going on right now. So if you, as soon as I'm finished, I'll look it up and give you a call back, or you can call me back in about an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it should be in but it's probably in your spam mail because we're not part of your contact list.
Yeah, I'm looking up. If I don't find it, I'll give you a call back.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Sorry about that. But what you all are going to concentrate on is this. You're going to pull up. You're going to go down. You're going to go down this list. Every last one of them. Just go down this list. And it doesn't matter what time of day you do it. Well, it does kind of matter what time of day you do it. Don't do it at 10, 12 o'clock at night when you know these guys are asleep. Okay, because remember they're at a truck stop, they're probably asleep. So, you know, but anytime during daylight hours or up until about 9 p.m. would be fine. You should be able to reach these guys if someone is there. Mostly late in the afternoon, after 5 o'clock is the best time to call. But call every last one of these trucks. Call every last one of them that's surrounding every load, and you pitch them. You pitch them. And once you get them signed up to a dispatch agreement, or you got a bunch of them, then you start doing what? You start finding them loads. And once let's say you get 5 or 6 of them, keep yourself a notepad or pull up yourself a Word, a Microsoft Word, and you start copying and pasting their names and phone numbers and stuff into that Microsoft Word, and keeping track of who you've already pitched. Keep track of the ones that signed a dispatch agreement. Okay? So you got their names and phone numbers and everything there. Now it's time for you to find them loads. You know where they are. So, and you know what they're looking for because you've already talked to them. And when you have them to send you a dispatch agreement, have them to send you over a profile of what they want, where they want to run, how much, what's the CPM. Okay? Find out how much it is cents per mile that they can run a load for, or what they're looking for. How many miles that they want to run, where they want to run. If they want to stay out of the mountains, if they like running in the mountains, if they want to stay in the Midwest, or if they want to stay in the Northeast, get a profile sheet. That way, you know what they're looking for, and you have a profile sheet of what they're looking for. This is your business. You got to start thinking like a business owner. You got to start treating this like a business. This is work, okay? Make no mistake about it. This is work, and if you treat it like work, it will pay you a lot better than any other job will. But you got to start treating it that way. All right. So you call up these guys. Once you get a bunch of them, then you start looking for loads. Call them back. Say, hey, all right, I've got your dispatch agreement. Let's find your load. Where you at right now? Blase, blase. Then, all right, fine. They tell you where you at. You go in here. You're going to go to your load board. You're going to go to your load search, and you're going to start finding them loads. Now, whether you find them loads here, or you find them loads on Truckers Path, or you find them loads on All Freight Connect, or if you have a DAT, or if you have in that truck stop or some other load source, if you find them loads, just wherever you find them loads, then now it's time for you to find them loads. Okay? But if you're on 1, 2, 3 load board, and that's what you're using, you're going to go back in, and now you're going to find them loads. If that guy was in Dothan, Alabama, If that guy was in Dothan, Alabama, let me see here. All right, there we go. If you was in Dothan, Alabama, and that guy told you that he don't want to go in the mountains, you're going to go over here, you're going to click the map. And you're going to click everything that's not in the mountains. So basically, he wants to be on the lower half of the United States. He said he'll run anything on the lower half of the United States. You just don't want to be in the mountains. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to find him everything that's in the lower half of the United States. All right? And let's say he was a flatbed. Oh, man, my eyes. Excuse me. I apologize. Let's say that he was a flatbed. And I know I'm virtually blind right now, so y'all please excuse me. Let's say he was a flatbed. Let's say he wants his pickup date for Monday. What's that? The 12th? Yeah. Let's say he wants his pickup date for Monday. Okay. Now you know that he wants higher paying loads. He's already told you that he wants loads that's paying $2 per mile. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in here and you're going to find the highest paying loads first. And the way you do that, you're going to click the more options button. You're going to come down here where it says payment and rates. You see it right there. Okay. You're going to click where it says payment and rates. You're going to click that. All right. And then you're going to go into your search. And it's going to pull up all the loads that's leaving out of Dothan or in and around the Dothan area, depending on how far you have your radius set. I have this set for 150 miles radius, around Dothan, Alabama. But it's going to pull up the ones that are closest. It's going to tell you how many miles right there where it says 14, 20, how many miles it's away from Dothan, Alabama, where the pickup is. And all of these loads are loads that are keeping him on the bottom half of the United States. And all of these loads have the ones that's showing the rate. Now, if you want to find the highest rates first, you're going to go over here to the right where it says offer. Right down there where it says check, you see company, you see check, and you see offer. You're going to click offer. And that's going to show you the highest paying loads first. That's going to show you the highest paying loads first. And then, in order for you to find out what that load is paying per mile, you're going to click on it, and you see this one's paying $2.16 per mile. If he told you $2 per mile, then that will work for him. Okay, it's in the bottom half of the United States. It's paying $2.16 per mile, and it's over 500 miles. It's 625 miles. So that's one that will work for him. So you put that one on the list because that works for him. Then you go to the next one. You know, these are here offered by the same company, same place. There's probably got more than one load that's running. You're gonna go to the next one, highest paying load, and it has here. This one here is paying, really good. Is paying $13.50. It's only 485 miles, so it's paying $2.78 per mile. That will work for him too, because that's on the borderline of his 500 miles. It's just under 500 miles, but it's paying really well, $2.78 per mile. So that works for it. Okay? Now you have two loads that works for it. All right? You're going to go down here, you're going to find him another one. Here's another load. You're going to pull this one up. This is paying $2.63 a mile. It's 494 miles, and it's paying $1,300. So that probably works for him too. Now you got three loads that match his criteria. Well, so now what you're going to do is you're going to first of all, you're going to call up these brokers. Okay, you're going to call these brokers up. You're going to say, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such and such. I'm with such and such National Dispatchers Network, and I have a carrier who wants to run this load. I see here that the prices, you're paying this, and this. I mean, if you want to try to bump that broker up for more money, go ahead and try to bump up for more money. I mean, you're only doing your job. If you're going to say to him, hey, is that the best you can do on that load? He's probably going to say, well, I can probably do a little bit better. Whatever this is. Okay, well, what can you do on it? So my carrier is very interested in running that load. And then you're going to ask some pertinent questions that may not be in here. If you don't have the weight in there, you're going to say, and how much weight is this? What type of product is it? Okay, you're going to get the specifics on it. You're going to say, okay, great. Let me check with my carrier to confirm, and I'll call you back with this DOT number, okay? The reason why you want to say that, because you want to avoid them going into, well, give me a DOT number so I can check it. If you volunteer to give it to him when you call him back, that takes him off of that need to try and get it from you now, because you're not ready to give it to him yet, because you haven't verified with your carrier that he wants that load yet. Because remember, you have 3 of them that you're gonna offer to him. Okay, so you get the information on all 3. Now you call your carrier back and you say, hey, I've got 3 loads that match your criteria. Remember we talked, a couple of days ago? He goes, yeah, I remember. Yeah, all right, great. I've got 3 loads that match your criteria. Or I talked to you about an hour ago, whatever the case may be. I got 3 loads that match your criteria. Load number 1, going here, doing this, paying $2.20 per mile. Load number 2 is paying $2.78 per mile. Load number 3 is paying whatever is this, and this, and this. He says, man, I like the way y'all operate. I'm gonna take load number 2. All right, great. I'm gonna go ahead and call the broker back and give me a DOT number, and that way he can run you through his system. And I may need you to fill out a broker packet, a carrier packet, and I may not, depending on what he tells me. All right, great. I look forward to hearing from you. Call that broker back. Say, hey, my carrier wants this load. And what do you need from me? Here's the DOT number, and so you can run it. Okay? The broker's going to write his DOT number. He's going to check his insurance. He's going to check to see if he signed up with him. If he's already cleared, he's going to tell you, okay, great, this carrier is already cleared to run loads for us. I'm going to send you over the confirmation sheet. And you go from there. If you take that confirmation sheet, you send it over to the carrier. Carrier signs it, sends it back to you. You forward it back over to the broker. Now that carrier has been dispatched on that load. And you're ready to, now you're just waiting for him to drop the load, pick up the load, deliver the load, send you the BOL so you can get it back over to the broker, and the broker can then process that, send it to their factoring company, and get it paid on, and then send back the pay voucher, which you forward back over to the carrier, so the carrier knows he's getting paid. Now you know when the carrier's getting paid, so you let us know that so we can process what? Our pay invoice and send over to the carrier. So the carrier can, when he gets paid, he can click on our invoice, pay with a debit or credit card, and then we can pay you with that same debit or credit card. That's the process, people. That's what I need you all to do this week. If you're doing anything other than that, you're wasting your time. Because this is what's going to put money in your pocket. All right? I promise we're going to try and keep this short, so now we're going to have some questions here. Anybody have a question about this process? If you have a question, unmute yourself, ask the question. Really? No questions? All right, well, somebody's got to have a question. Well, does anybody want to say hi?
I have a question.
Okay, there we go. That's better.
In previous training, Mr. Calvin, first of all, I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah.
You talked about running all this paperwork through RBBS. Now you're having us all do everything ourselves, which we need to learn how to do, period, and then just give you all the information, all the documents and everything, send that to RBBS once everything is finalized. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah. All you're doing is you're just keeping us informed on what you're doing, because when it boils down to it, at the end of the day, that's how you're going to get paid. Because if you don't keep us informed as to what's going on, then we won't know what's going on, right?
Right.
Because these are your clients. They're not ours. They're your clients. Okay? They're signing a dispatch agreement with you, not us. Okay? So at the end of the day, they're your clients. Okay? Right. And all we're really doing is we're showing you all how to find your clients. We're showing you all how to get your client signed up to an agreement. We're showing you all how to find loads for your client. And then we're actually taking care of the invoicing and the billing for the client. That's it. But it is still your client. So it is your responsibility to keep track of what's going on with your client and to inform us of it so that we can be in a position to send them the billing or send them the invoice when that's needed. So yes, make sure you keep a log or keep your paperwork on your clients. If you need to get a TMS system, we can turn you on to one that's only $49 a month. Or you really don't even need that. If you got Microsoft Word or Excel, you can create your own filing system to keep a database of your clientele. Okay? But yes, at the end of the day, these are your clients. So remember, you all only hired us as consultants to show you all how to build your own book of business, to show you how to build your own business. And that's what we're doing. Okay?
So, so if the worst case scenario is when you give them the DOT number, they're not in their system, they're going to have to give you some kind of a packet that you forward then. You forward that to the carrier. The carrier then.
Exactly. All you're doing, look, all you are, basically all you are, you're a conduit. That's it. You're a middleman. Okay. You know, I mean, you're not really filling anything out. I mean, the reason why you're doing it that way because you want to stay in the loop. So because if they get in the habit of having you in the loop, when it's time to get paid, who is the pay voucher going to go through?
Me.
Exactly. So now you know when your carrier is getting their money, and the carrier can't give you that excuse. Well, I haven't gotten paid yet, because you know they've gotten paid.
All right.
You understand?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
I got a question. How you doing today, sir?
I'm here.
I see that. That was my question.
Okay. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to get back into things. You know, I've got my medicated eye drops and and my migraine tablets and stuff. So
you look better.
Keep my fever down.
Yeah, well, you look better than you did when you was on that picture they took of you.
Yeah, I mean, I know my eyes are still red and everything, but at least I can open them up now.
That's what's up.
All right, but I appreciate you. Any other questions? All right. And like I said, this is really all I want you all to concentrate on this week. Okay, so I don't want you all to get so heavily bogged down with stuff that's not really making you money, because this is the system. Okay, if you follow this part of the system right here, this part of the system alone, just doing this part of the system by itself, this is just one part of the system, but this is the main part of the system. If you follow this part of the system right here, I guarantee you, if you work this, because look, there's a lot of trucks that you got to call, in this system. Working this system the way it's set up will give you access to 800 to 1,000 trucks, 1,000 carriers to call each and every day. That's a lot of carriers. That's a lot of carriers. If you set aside 2 or 3 hours each evening to just do this, I guarantee you'll sign up 15, 20 carriers to a dispatch agreement. And out of that 15 to 20 carriers you sign up to a dispatch agreement that night, right? That next day you can find and book at least 5 or 6 loads. Now, you can't tell me that 5 or 6 loads a day paying you on average $100 to $150 your cut. Your cut. It's not worth you calling for 2 or 3 hours. If you do, then I don't know why you're here. If you can tell me it's not worth that, then I don't know why you're here. Because obviously you're making more money than all of us. So that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. If you book 5 or 6 loads a day, and you're averaging $100 to $150 per load, that's anywhere from what, $500 per day to $1,000 a day, almost. And it's just that simple. That's why I love numbers, because they don't lie. You can't make them lie. Numbers are going to tell you the truth when everyone else is lying to your face. And that's why I love them. Okay? All right, so that's what I want you all to concentrate on. This is all I want you all to concentrate on. I don't want you to concentrate on nothing else. And remember, if you got someone on the phone and they want to talk about factoring, if they want to talk about anything other than signing that dispatch agreement and telling you what they need to run a load, look, it wouldn't bother me one bit if you just hung up on them. And they call you back and say, oh, I'm sorry, we must have a bad connection. So I thought we was talking about booking you a load, but I started hearing stuff about factoring, and that wasn't part of my vocabulary, so I thought we had a bad connection. You understand what I'm saying? So in other words, if it ain't about booking loads, because booking loads is what put money in their pocket, it's what put money in your pocket, it's what put money in everybody's pocket. And if it ain't about booking loads, it ain't got no business in that conversation. And you ain't got no business talking about anything else other than that. Because that's all that should be on your mind. Booking a load, booking a load, booking a load. And that factoring, asking questions about, well, can I switch my factoring over to this? Can I do this? That ain't got nothing to do with you booking a load. Because factoring is what factoring is. And no load is factored twice. So don't let nobody feed you that line of BS. Ain't no such thing as double factoring on a load. No load is factored twice. Either the broker has their own factoring company, which 99.99% of all brokers I know have factoring already set up. So the loads you see posted on 99% of this stuff is the amount of money that carrier is getting. So it doesn't matter what the factoring is on it. Because if they like the amount that they're seeing, who gives a flying, pardon my language, who gives a flying thought on what the factoring is on it? Because it's already factored in. So don't let these people get you all off track and running down a rabbit hole chasing the fox that you ain't gonna never catch. Because that's all they're doing. Get back on track. And if they want to run off and do that, let them run off. Leave them alone. Don't chase them. Let them go. Go to the other 999 carriers you got to call. Because this is a numbers game. Okay? All right. Again, we're working on getting things updated and stuff. So I'm just getting back into things. We're gonna try, and I'm gonna try to be more available this week. I'm starting to feel a little better, and still got a little bit of a fever. As y'all can see, I'm sweating like a pig here. But we will, we will get better. I will get better, and I'll be back in the swing of things before you know it. I'm gonna try and reach out to some of you all this week and get your profiles updated. And those of you who are new, we'll get you all in the system and get you all onto our profiles, onto our website, and get you all into the back office area and get your profiles and everything set up with that. And we'll try to get all that taken care of this week, and we're going to be working on that. But I thank you all for all the well wishes. I thank you all for all the messages you've sent, and I thank you all for recognizing and using the system the way it was meant to, so that you all can kind of rely on each other, rely on the network that we plug into, rely on your tools and resources. Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, everything you all need, everything you need to start making money, you already have. Okay, at this point, when you get to this point to where you plug into the system, you really don't need me. Okay, you may want to call me up to get some reassurance or to get my advice on something or something like that. And that's fine. But I'm gonna be honest with you, you don't need me. You don't need me. That's why we developed the system the way it is, so that you all can jump right in, make the phone calls, send out the dispatch agreement, get them signed up to a dispatch agreement, go find them loads, book the loads, send us the confirmation sheet, load gets paid, send us the information on the pay, we invoice it, we get paid, you get paid. Nowhere in that process do you really need me. Okay? And I'm going to say this again. The answer to just about every question you have is going to be in the last 3 videos. There's nothing that there's not one training session that we don't do where if you go back to at least the last 3 videos, every answer to everything that we do is in those last 3 videos. Okay, so there you go.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had this lady. She was a broker. She called me, and she was asking me about did I know some agents that wanted to work for her. What should I tell her?
Some agents that want what?
She wanted some agents that wanted to work for her.
She want agents to work for her.
Yeah.
What she want? She want people. What is she looking to? She looking for freight agents?
Yeah.
I mean, tell her you don't. Tell her you're not a recruiter. That's what I would tell her. I mean, if she's not looking, all right. Look, if she's not looking for independent agents to help find her, to help her book more her loads, okay. I mean, we can help her out with that, and maybe you can even help her out with that. But unless I know of it, are you a recruiter?
No, I mean she cool with me, so that's why I was just wondering. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, but cool don't pay the bills.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest with you, man. I mean, your time is valuable, and
yeah.
and I really need y'all to understand all this stuff that has nothing. Look, I have a saying, okay, and this is a saying. Probably some of you probably saw me posted on Facebook. If you're contacting me has nothing to do with doing business with me, then it's none of my business. I hope you all understand that. So in other words, if you're contacting me has nothing to do with you doing business with me, then it's none of my business. Because what she's doing, she's contacting you about, you recruiting for her or finding people to add to her firm, okay? Unless you have a way of making money from that, unless that's part of what you do, then that ain't none of your business. I'm not trying to be rude, but you have to let people know, and people have to know from the get-go that your time is valuable. And when you're running your own business, when you're an entrepreneur and you're running your own business, your time means everything. Every second is worth money. And if people are coming in and if they're wasting your time, then guess what? They're wasting your money. Okay? So I'm not saying be rude to her or anything like that, but just let her know, look, ma'am, it's not what I do. Are you offering to pay me for each person I bring to you that you can add on? Are you offering me a percentage of what they're earning, of the loads that they're going to book once I help you find them? Because if she's asking you to do that for, then she's taking with your time and doing what? Calling those carriers, getting them signed up to a dispatch agreement, and finding them freight. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, Brian. I see you left me a message that you are good at what you do. Thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, I try to be. I mean, I'm a little lacking right now because I'm not at my best, but I am what I am. So I try to give y'all the best that I got. So but yeah, don't be rude to her. Just let her know that that's not what you do. And but if she's offering to pay you or or somehow like that, and if she does decide to do it that way, make sure you have a contract that protects your interest in that endeavor, because you don't ever want to do stuff that's gonna waste your time. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? Does anybody have any other questions? hold on a second. Yeah, Jeff, this evening would be a good time to contact carriers. Weekends is always a good time because if carriers are shut down for the weekend, they're usually shut down for the whole weekend because they haven't found a load or they're doing their 34-hour reset or something like that. So this is a good time to contact carriers. They're kind of laid back, they're relaxed, they're sitting at the truck stop. They're either in there watching some movies or watching football or watching basketball or something, or they're in the restaurant, or they're just hanging out in their truck or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, this is a good time to call. Saturdays, the weekends is a great time to build your network. Is to build your carrier network. That's a great time to work on building your carrier network, contacting carriers, and getting those dispatch agreements signed, and letting people know what you do. All right. Any other questions? All right. All right. No problem. Again, I thank you all. I appreciate you all. I really do. And just remember, everything you all need, everything you need to start making money, you already have. You all just gotta. I think what I found to be some of you all's biggest problem is just staying focused, because I know a lot of you are new to this, and people are throwing a lot of stuff at you, and you all may think it's all relevant, but 99% of it's not even relevant. Just remember this: if it has nothing to do with you, directly with you getting them to sign a dispatch agreement, if they're talking to you about anything other than signing that dispatch agreement, anything other than you finding them loads, then that ain't none of your business. Okay? I mean, I'm serious. That's none of your business. So they ain't got nothing to do with your business. So just remember that. Okay? Just remember that. Stay focused on what it is you're trying to accomplish, and if you stay focused on that, you'll make money. You will. You'll make money. And this week, that's all I want you all to focus on is calling up those trucks, pitching them. Don't even worry about telling them about the loads you have. Just go right into, hey, how much money you need to move your truck? Hey, how many cents per mile you need to move your truck? Hey, what's your requirement on money to move your truck? Just go right for the throat. Call them all up, ask them all that question, and then see where it leads you. Cause that's basically it. That's basically it. You call them up and you're leading them right down that path, and you get them signed into a dispatch agreement. Now you go find them a load, and now you can make some money. All right. So just concentrate on that, and if you do that, all of you all, you will definitely be fine. If you have any questions or anything, give us a call. I am going to be trying to pick up the phone calls this week. As always, I monitor the load. I monitor the chat group all the time. So, and I have been kind of monitoring. I haven't been able to respond to it a lot, but I have been monitoring it. My boss, she's been keeping me off of it and kind of keeping me in check this week. But yeah, we're I'm always here for you. If I'm available, I make sure I try to pick up and try to answer you all's questions and everything you may have. But again, I thank you all for tuning in on this Saturday. I don't want to keep you all the rest of the day. I got to go and get back in bed. So you all enjoy your weekend, and like I said, just concentrate on making those calls and building your network and getting some loads to book this week. All right. Thank y'all again.